Hello. I don't know what change they had done to YouTube, but it's just when I created the live stream, I set it up. It was acting very weird, like the options to create the live stream wasn't at the same place. And something that I did notice is that they asked me a lot about age restriction. So this is why when they ask me that, the typical, when you create a live stream or a video, they ask you if a content is for children or something like that. And I always put no. But in this case, when I put no, or I believe for minors, when I press no, that's when it disabled the chat. Yes, but I mean, it's weird. Hmm. The other day before they released the MB, because a lot of people on TikTok were like, "Oh, can you do a reading for 2024 for Le Seraphim?" And they continuously like were asking about it, and I was like, "I done it already. Like it's on my live streams." But of course, that I didn't have a TikTok. I didn't have a video about it, so people wanted to know. So I created it, even though it was done on January. So it's an old video. It's an old live stream. Not that old because I did it in January, so it's not that long ago. But I created a TikTok before they released the MV. And I was actually a bit hesitant to create the TikTok because since I also got very heavy cards when it comes to their 2024, I mean, it wasn't a positive reading. Like it was very heavy. It was, I don't know. It seems like at the beginning they were very much in power, and then the challenging cards appear. So I don't know, guys. And now with everything that is going on, it starts to make sense. But I like when I read it, I felt a bit uncomfortable because, when I'm used to reading cards, and I know that the negative, or not the negative, but the challenging part in a reading, it also has to do with a process of learning and growing and adapting. I mean, life is not perfect, and of course that I guess that being in the spotlight, there's always going to be someone judging you. But I was like, since I started reading for these girls, I never get something like that. It's like all positive. So I was a bit disappointed at how like it started very well, the spread, and then it went downhill. So so maybe it could be something very challenging this year. I mean, it's not tragic, but I think that they can have this feeling of like, I'm doing a good thing, or I'm happy that I'm doing this, but the result is not going to be like, it seems like for them it's something like it's cycled almost. Like, I don't know why I got that vibe of maybe there's like a cycle with with their comebacks, that people heavy criticizes them and then they let it go and they sort of enjoy it, or they start appreciating the girls more. So I don't know about that, but it feels like this. Like it's not something in particular, but I think that there's like when they start something new, the criticism is heavy, and like everything has to do with everything. You know, it's like very, very complex like that. Like it's very negative. It's so tense. Among other things they're saying, which is a lot, they're saying that they don't sound like themselves, and immediately for what you said about the public saying they change. Yeah, which I mean, it's like, I don't know if I said it like when I read, while I was reading, but the group is not that old, like for you to be like, oh no, they don't sound like them anymore. They are experimenting with their sound and style, I guess. For me, they are doing the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that expert in music. I don't know how to explain it, but I watched it and I was like, for me, this is like the Seraphim. Um, but I think that I think that it's personal. I think that it has to do with the girls. I don't think that it's like everyone hating every girl. I think that there's some members that they get very good, like the audience really like them, personally. But then there are others that they always get the backlash. It's like it doesn't matter, they are always under some kind of controversy. Um, and I think that with new jeans, hey Hope, with new jeans, I think that they are not that harsh on new jeans because new jeans are very young. But as soon as they start also maturing and showing probably a much more mature concept, probably much more, I don't know if sexier is the word. I don't think that it's going to be sexier, but probably a bit much more flirtatious. Like people are going to start judging them because they're women. Well, they're women. They're women in a company full of men. So once they start like they stop seeing them like the little sisters. Hey, Mariana. I think that most like one is Junjin and Sakura. And the other girl, which one? What is it? Her name? Kazuha? Is it her name? The one that does ballet, I guess. And the magnet. And Hyunjin also. There, she's very loved. But Hyunjin, I've seen some people criticizing Hyunjin very bad. Not just because of the other guy, but they just don't like that woman because she is confident. They don't like her. Sakura gets comment on her lack of ability according to some people. Wow. But wasn't she part of a group already, Sakura? I believe she had like experience before. So today, guys, I have no list actually. I am taking the recommendations for Saturday friendships, tarot readings that I'm going to be doing, friendships or dynamics. And since I don't have the age restriction, I will have to just do the how do they flirt and not the fantasies one. Just in case. And also I'm having, this is why I was like, is it because we are in Pisces season already that I'm feeling like everything is getting very confusing in this platform and other platforms? Because I had been having like issues here in my country. I received the check or YouTube check. This has nothing to do with YouTube. I don't know, but I did receive it, and I'm having a hard time like trying to like change it, trying to get paid, change it to my coin and get paid here because there's some mistakes with the check or there's something about the check that is not, I don't know. They just don't accept it here. It is not just me. Is other YouTubers as well because I've been talking to them. So this is why I don't want to like expand here the conversation because it's not about the platform. It's about my country and overseas and international things. I don't know. But I'm also very annoyed by that because you guys have been sending me for the readings because since I had issues with PayPal, people have been paying me through YouTube and now I'm starting to see that probably I cannot get that money. So I'm a bit annoyed. Because not because of the money, but because it's something that you guys had sent me, like, and also with the donations, with the gift, with the super thanks, with everything. So I'm very annoyed that every time that you guys show support, like somehow it happened the same with PayPal. I had the same issue, like you guys put the effort, the collaboration. You were really really kind, and I didn't get to see that. Like I never received it. It got blocked. It got lost in the way. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think that when it comes to memberships and super thanks, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to ask people very kindly to have patience. And if you want to support me, I don't know, support me through Patreon, maybe. I don't know. It's just getting, it's I don't know, I didn't start the year very well when it comes to this. And I don't know, I'm trying to learn because this is a whole process and this is something that other content creators, they had told me about this. Like when you are sort of a freelance or when you work with these individual things, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Sometimes there are good months, sometimes there are not so bad months. Like it's not that positive. But I think that for me, I had worked a lot for the community, to get more subscribers. That is a very slow process for me. But I do have my regular clients that they are from YouTube community. So to finally, finally like getting it here, and then they are like, oh no, there's an issue. I'm like, no, no. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Like, it's not just me. It's not personal, but I think that, I don't know, I don't want to believe that it's bad luck, but it's like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. Is the change rate? I don't know. I don't know, Mariana. I don't know. I think it's something about the emission of because the check is supposed to change its status. For them to actually change it or transfer it to me, to the person that I give it to. But the check has to change from that it says pendant to emitted. Emitted. Or paid. And it doesn't change the status. That's why they don't accept it. Because it doesn't change. I mean, due to inflation, is the change. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I always think about, they take it as the how much is my the exchange rate. It has to do with how it is that day, because we are like this. We are living every day, but yeah. And also, they take a commission also of that. It's not that they do it for free. But, yeah. Yeah, it's like they take a lot. They take a lot when they sort of do the change. I don't know if it's like 14 or 17%. Also, before they emit the check, there's also a discount. Some, I don't know how you say, there's some fees as well. Have you found some kind of resolution when looking online for other people who had the same issue? Yes, we are actually, we created a WhatsApp chat where we are sharing our experiences. We are trying to sort of change, when we get the other check, we are going to try to change it into another platform, not use this one that has sort of rejected the check, but it's lost because it's not displays. It's not oh, you didn't it's not that it accumulates. For example, if I don't change the check, in the next month, it's going to go into a total. No. Okay, so there's no way to reach out for someone in charge to fix this. I had been sending emails, but they said they would reach out to me, but these days they didn't. But we are all in the same. I think that from what I understood, hey Charchalino, from what I understood, it has to do with, I don't know if they made a mistake. I don't think so, but there's something wrong. At least this is what the people say, the people that don't want to change it, don't want to receive it. there's something that it's happening only to the group of people that have their check emitted on a specific day. It's about a specific date. It's not happening to all of us. But yeah. So I just have to be patient. That's okay. But you know, this is something. This is like this. This is like this. And you know that I had been struggling because then I had some issues also with other platform, with other, like I just have no luck this year. I have no luck. You guys maybe can, actually I can probably get more luck if you send me the dollars, the bill, if you send it on a letter, on an actual envelope. I cannot believe it. I have to laugh because it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Yeah, I know. It's just that, I don't know, it's confusing because I'm not that young mentally anymore, guys. I'm trying to keep up with, different platforms. I'm trying to okay, how do they use this? How is this used? How do I do this? And every time that I think that I'm sort of getting used to how the system works, how I can do it, something happens. And it's like, wow. And it's like starting over again. With PayPal, I'm still salty with PayPal because they keep your money and they don't give you any response. They keep it. They sort of, it's like one day you wake up and it's like, oh, you no longer have an account. And it's like, okay. So maybe an international money order or cashier check by snail mail must be snail mail. No, Pop, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I think that I would just stick to Patreon and receive I'm going to put different tiers, tiers. And that's it. And people who want to buy it, they buy it from there, and that's it. Because, oh my. Yeah, you would think these big platforms would have these issues work out quickly. Yeah. Yeah, but can you imagine, I don't know where all these people are from, but I know there's some YouTubers from Argentina that they have a lot of followers. They are not like me. But I'm sure they're losing more money than me. I'm sure. I'm probably crying here. It's not that they are losing more. But for me, it's the sentimental value. I don't know how to explain it. For me, it's more than the amount. For me, it's it's like an energetic thing, because you guys are always you're always on time. You're always okay, how much is it? I will give it to you. I'll send it to you. Here, this is for you. So this is what I get annoyed, that you do it spontaneously. So I'm like. Do you get money when I pay your membership and tier through? I get it from Pioneer, Maruska. Remember that I changed it. Remember when I couldn't use PayPal anymore? I changed it, and Until now, thank God, I don't have issues with Patreon. Remember that also Patreon limited my possibility or the action to send a payment request. They sort of eliminated it from my account. So I couldn't send my clients like, okay, this is how much you have to send me. But when it comes to receiving what Patreon gives me, that I can receive. That I can receive. From now on, from now, it's not restricted. That is going well. It's going well. Maybe because it's something that is monthly, and they are not like suspicious of it. I don't know. Yeah, Mercado Pago is great for me. Yeah, for it's just that for Latin America, not many people have Mercado Pago, because you know that Mercado Pago is from Mercosur, so not all Latin countries use it. Yes, yeah, thank God, Marushka. Remember we were talking about it. You were like, oh, can you create a different tier? And I created it, and it went successfully. I think it's just here in Argentina. Yeah, I think that, I don't know, someone from Chile sent me pesos, a client from Chile. Okay, guys. I want to know, because I'm this noisy, and I don't know if you guys consume TikTok a lot, but there had been this woman that she actually was made like her story, that is a 50-part story, actually went viral on TikTok. Her name is Risa Tessa. Am I the only one that is watching this? Like, I know there's a lot of people who had watched it, but am I the only one in the community that actually has watched it? 50 parts. Yeah, it's called Who the F Did I Marry? It's just that she is very detailed about it. I saw a recap. You don't have Marushka? Okay. I will send you the link of YouTube, because there's a creator that she sort of like put all the parts together. Because I was also having trouble like scrolling, and also my phone was on fire, because I was like, and I would lost it. I would be like, where chapter was I in? Yes, this is what I saw. Yes, I sent the other day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, how she married this pathological liar. Oh my God. Oh my God. We could all be that woman. And that's something that I love, that the sort of the community has understood why she made the videos. It's not just because there have been content creators that they create, a story time about how my boyfriend cheated on me with my best friend, and it's like, it's gossip. But this woman, the way she tells her story and how vulnerable she also, like, she expresses it, like, yeah, I know this is not going to make me look good, but when I met him, I genuinely thought that this was my moment. She really thought that man like even though things were weird and things were moving fast, she was like so eager to find love and to have that moment. You know, when you feel like you finally found someone. And I think that in that sense, we can all relate to that. You know, to that. I definitely think that, you know, when we listen to her, of course we get this vibe because it's like she's really good at storytelling, so you will not get bored. But she does give you a lot of details, so you have to pay attention. But her voice is so soothing that you just go through video and video and video. And I don't know, I just think that it's so and also, you know, how she tells that this that happened, she married this guy, it all happened during COVID, during the pandemic. So, you know, I know people that have married actually in pandemic. I don't know married, but I definitely did hear and did see some people that were seeing each other. They were seeing each other, and because of the lockdown, they were like, okay, yeah, let's move in together. Let's move in together. And then, you know, and also there's a lot of people that probably they were homeless. And did the guy make crazy promises right from the start? Did it start like a dream, like too good to be true? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Yeah. She's so, look, there's definitely there's not much to add except that the guy probably had some gossip too. The guy is a Gemini. The pathological liar, crazy ex-husband, is a Gemini. Guys, he would pretend to be talking on the phone with his family members in front of her. He would pretend to be talking to them. It's not just casual lies, you know, like, oh, you lie where you're from, and yes. And he would be like, but I swear, like, it was daily. And he would be like, oh, my brother so-and-so says hi. And, you know, and this woman would be like, oh, tell him I say hi. You know when someone is talking on the phone and they're like, oh, they're saying hi to you. And you're like, oh, okay, tell them I say hi. And he would be talking to himself. All the lies. This is why this is not just random lies. This is the pathological liar. And you know, I think that this is why I'm sort of like happy for her that people are getting why she's doing this. Because when you have a relationship with someone like this, the trauma that it can leave you, to know that you married, that you, it wasn't that long, they didn't stay married that long, but that everything was a lie. Like, if you have trust issues, if this kind of person like comes into your life, then how do you do to trust again? How do you recover? Like, that's very traumatic for someone. It's not just to, I don't know, discover that, oh, well, we weren't that compatible. I guess that, living together was like sort of an eye-opening experience, and we learned that actually, he wasn't the gentleman that I thought that he would be, or, we didn't get along in certain things. The guy was a liar. Everything about him is a lie. He made up names. There's a part where he takes her to a cemetery. He doesn't take, I don't know if he takes her to the actual cemetery, but I don't know why it reminded me of The Simpsons. The Simpsons, episode where Homer's dad takes him to what is supposed to be like the grave where her mother was buried, because he told Homer that actually her mother was dead. And then he would just like always like show him this random like, angel that was in the sort of hill in the cemetery, and he was like, oh, that's where my mom is buried. But actually it was just a statue, and it was under someone else's name. And this is exactly the same that he did. He said that his grandmother was, first that she died in 2020 because of COVID, and actually the grandma has died in 2008. And he also lied about where he was buried. Actually, like in there was someone else. It was just another person's grave. I swear, but you guys have to listen to the whole thing, because, oh my, no. And she's an Aquarius. So smart, so intelligent. But poor woman, I swear. I know someone who has in a relationship with someone like that, but they continue for a time after the other find out. And believe me, it was big lies. It was very situation. I wonder what these people get out of it. The truth usually comes out at some point, and they lose everything. Attention seekers with the power too. Yeah, and also I think that probably these people don't feel anything. They probably don't feel anything. Like, when you're like, okay, I think I omit something, or I said a lie about something, and you are sort of worried about getting caught, or you're worried that it will be found. But I noticed that people that are used to lying, they don't have like regrets. They don't feel anything. It's like, probably us, we do get this very weird, like, second-hand embarrassment. We are like, she's going to find out. That she's... No, the way he would lie to her, they were supposed to get a house, to buy a house. Oh, because she got pregnant while they were living together. Like they were dating for like 3 months, and she got pregnant. So they were planning on buying a house. And they would go to these places to see the houses, and he would say like, oh yeah, I have the money. So, the people that were interested, like the sellers, they were like, okay, we need to see, the papers. We need to see that you have the funds. And he would be like, no. Why do I have to show you my funds? These are personal. But you said that you have the money, so why are you so... And then, he said he would buy her a car. He would take her to these different places to see cars, and he would be like, oh, because, with my company money, with the company card, I will get it. And then, but no, today, then the salesperson will be like, oh, well, then I will get ready. Yeah, send me the info so we can do the wiring of the money. And then he would get a call of like, oh, no, because you don't have permission, so-and-so is already out of the office, we cannot do this transaction, maybe tomorrow. And they would just leave I don't know if it's called concessionary. Here we call it like that in Spanish. The place where they have these brands of cars. I saw there was a part when they were the concessionary printer machine was also a victim, because the amount of times he would ask them for their transfer info to wire them the money, and he would ask all of these like papers, like, oh yeah, give me the, so I will go and talk to my people to see if we can send you the money. Like, he would waste a lot of people. They will get out of there without any resolution. And I don't remember exactly how many times he did it, but until she actually got fed up and she was like, okay, we are not buying, because but it's like, I remember there was like a therapist, someone that talked about this, and they were like, that's part of what they do. They sort of like create these issues or this inconvenient, to keep you occupied, to keep you distracted from what really is going on in the relationship. So there's always something wrong. Oh, we have to buy a house. We cannot find a house. Oh, I don't like this house. Let's go see another. We have to buy a new car. Oh yeah, we have the money. Yeah, next time I'm going to buy you a better one. Next time. Oh no, now I don't have the money. But wait, that next week I'm going to talk with so and so. I'm going to get it. Those all distractions. Until the person gets tired and it's like, okay, yeah, let's move on. She didn't meet his family at the wedding. No, because they were in lockdown. That's another thing that actually, it made things worse. In the case of the couple I mentioned, the liar had a mental issue that caused her to do that. I don't remember what exactly. And I hope she gets better, but I don't blame the partner for not wanting to endure this, especially because the ways they have to lie, seriously, nobody's prepared for that. They have another type of mind we can imagine. Yeah, because it's like they continuously lie. They lie. These people always get exposed in the end if they don't give themselves away right from the start with their big talks. Yeah, he had done it to other females, to other women before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she even contacted his ex-wife because he had more than one, but he would always talk about his latest, like his ex-wife. He would say that he had one, and he would say that, of course, that they got divorced because she cheated on him. Of course, of course. Of course, he's not going to tell you that she kicked him out because he was a liar. Oh my. Yes, he used the pandemic to his own advantage. This is why I believe that her story is so interesting, and I'm happy that there's people, even there's men that are like obsessed with listening to her story, because I believe that it's a mix of factors, because this is not, we had seen, for example, on Netflix, certain documentaries about people scamming others, like people pretending to be others. And I believe that something is happening because something is going on. Like, I remember when I was younger, there used to be a show that was called Catfish, people pretending to be someone else. But in this case, it's more traumatizing, I guess. And I think that it has to do because people are lonely, people are desperate. Like she said, like she expressed it very well, that we all want our happy ending. We all want to be like, okay, this is my moment. This is what she said. She thought it was her moment. She wanted to get married. Because there's also the society, the family, the values, everything. Like, there's something about like, oh, everyone is getting married. What about you? So that as well. And also the dating apps, I don't know, guys. I think that first of all, that woman, besides, I know that she's getting a lot of, she should get her own Netflix deal because actually I think that she needs her own series. She needs her own series. I would watch it. Like, they need to hire some actors and do this because she gave us the whole detail. So, there could be a series, 10 episodes. And it's very interesting, I was thinking about it, like, now we are in Aquarius, not Aquarius season, but we are in Pluto in Aquarius generation. And we are having this, in that case, I was thinking that she is in Aquarius. And I was like, wow, how, we often watch TikToks and yeah, we scroll for TikToks. Yeah, we watch like, I don't know, a 15 minute, a 1 minute, sort of a small clip of something funny, or, like we said, the challenges, people dancing, people just being funny. But there comes this woman telling you her story. Each of her TikToks last like 10 minutes, I believe, each. So this is why it got huge, because people were like also like doing this sort of parody, and sort of acting like, okay, like I had been the whole weekend stuck with this woman's story. I was washing the dishes, I was doing the laundry, I was like And I would go and I would be driving and I would be listening to her because I cannot stop listening to her. So it's not just to consume. Definitely her story got very deep into us. So I think that there should be an analysis also about that. About why we all connect to this female. Even maybe we didn't go through what she went through, but we are all her. We are all rooting for her. Now, we want her to get famous. We want her to get a book deal. We want her to get a Netflix special. Like, I don't know, her dream, I believe she mentioned that she wanted to travel and she wanted to go to London and Paris, I believe. It was her dream, her aspiration. People got it for her. People got it for her. People made it happen. And all the other content creators that are using her story and creating content about it. So I think that this is why I'm thinking about the Aquarius influence. You know, how something that has happened to her personally, now it belongs to all of us. Her story is ours. So, you know, I was very curious about it. I was like, there's something about this woman. There's something. And she wasn't lying. She's not lying. Because you would think that maybe she had made something up because she has all the details. But, you know, she was very smart in that sense because she knew she had her intuition that something was going on. She felt uneased. Something was weird, so she would record herself. She would record herself and would record her feelings about being in this relationship or about listening to him talk or watching him act. And you're like, I don't believe you anymore. Because it wasn't about, like she said, it wasn't about like finding out, oh, he lied to me. It was more about what else has he been lying to me about? Because he had been lying a lot about a lot. I would say about 90% of the things about himself. The people, his past, where he was from, his parents, his ex-wife, children. Yeah. A lot of women, she's probably helping to endure traumatic events. Yeah. Also, the pandemic showed people's vulnerability, so it was easy to fall in love. Yes. And also, we were afraid we were going to die and alone because we were like, this has no cure. Oh, no, unfortunately, she lost the baby. She lost the baby. She had a miscarriage, or she had to do. Yeah, we are on Pisces season. Yeah, and I don't know. I think that that's why I was like, oh, you guys have to watch it, because last time we were talking about intuition. We were talking about intuition, about how, like, hey Natasha, you're welcome. Like, Natasha, have you watched the TikTok of this woman, of Risa Tessa. I'm asking everyone. Because my God, this woman is getting famous, but like I was reflecting about it and I was like, oh my God. Like it's unbelievable. Um, and also there was a part that she would mention religion a lot. She would mention religion a lot. You know, I believe probably, you know, her family is very religious. Um, but she would be like sort of taking things or challenges in the relationship, like, okay, maybe this is a sign that they went even to counseling, I believe, with a pastor, or with a pastor and his wife. And even the counselors, they were suspicious of him. They were like, hmm. Um, but I think that also religion puts a heavy weight on someone about marriage. You know, when you're like, okay, I have to get married, or I have to try to work on this marriage, you know, on this institution, we have to resolve this. And sometimes it's like, you know, he's a liar. If you don't want him, just let him go. Like, there's no Jesus, no God that is going to give you the perfect sign. Sometimes you have to make the decision. Oh, no, honestly, I've been stuck in war mode. Oh, well, that's great, Natasha. I'm sure you're busy. By the way, someone guessed that I had air placement because before I got my chart and never got to confirm to the person because I forgot who it was, but I have Moon in Gemini. Oh. Her story reminded me of what I saw people going through, and they didn't stop believing or falling for the lies. They trusted the words and ignored their intuition. It was sad and shocking to see. Yeah. Hope is also a moon in Gemini. Um, but yeah, when we were talking about intuition, I was talking about tarot readings, and I was like, you know, guys, because I believe I said something that when I'm in a relationship, I don't pull cards for my partner. Like, I don't ask the tarot about my relationship or the future of my relationship. How does he feel about me? Where is this going? Like, no. Because for me, this is my opinion only. Like I said, I follow my intuition. I am present in my relationship. So if I have to pull cards every time I have a question about my partner, maybe I'm not communicating properly. Or maybe, you know, there's something that I'm not doing correctly. Because there are some things that tarot can answer. Of course, you can ask tarot about anything. But there's some things that you're like, really? Are you asking about it? Like, are you asking about health? Like, go to the doctor. Like, are you asking if you're pregnant? Like, go buy a pregnancy test. Are you asking if you're going to do well in your exams? Like, go and study instead. Like sometimes I'm like, I can sort of give you a view about what you have available, but there's some questions that you don't need to go to the tarot for it. You can figure it out yourself. And about relationships, it's like this: what they do tells you a lot. And my mom always used to say, the guy that talks a lot that is like the sweet talker, and I had fall for this because, I'm my Venus in the third house, the house of Gemini, so I do love some talkers, like like some very communicative people. Uh, but she was like like the Scorpio that she was very observant, and she was like, the guy the person that talks too much, they are not to trust. They are lying. Yeah, it's hard dealing with people in denial. Only them can really decide to see the truth or not. Of course, you can support them, but denial is stubborn. It's just that there's something about probably you not wanting to face that the relationship is over. Um, and if you are part of a family or a religious background, or not just religious, but I think that you had been raised with people that had been stubborn in their relationships and had sustained connections and relationships that were very unhealthy, you would probably try to imitate that. You would be like, oh, well, they made it. This couple that I know, they went through the same, or they went through so much challenges and they're still together. Like my parents had been married for 14 years, 40 years, and they are still together until this day. And like you have this sort of like idea that if others can do it, if others can sustain, you have to as well. And if you can't, and if you want to be set free from a connection, it's like everyone is looking at you like you're crazy. Like, why would you divorce? Why would you get a divorce? Why would you, like that's not okay. Like, you're supposed to work on your relationship. Yeah, you're supposed to work when, the other party is working as well. It's a 50-50 thing. It's not just one person's responsibility. That's very cool. Do you know some traits about it? I'm still very new about placements and stuff. Answer already. Is it okay to ask what your moon sign is? Your zodiac sign is? Oh, I'm a Capricorn, Jedam. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a double Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising and sun. Smooth talkers, big talkers, people who seem too perfect are major red flags, yeah. It reminds me Venus and Neptune in her aspect in the shadow side, in combo side. Very Neptune. Absolutely, and she must ask herself, why did I have to go through with this? Yes. Yeah. For me, like I am very romantic, but I also have this Capricorn and this very Scorpionic side that I also am very, like, I'm very harsh on myself when it comes to taking some things from people, so I don't let my Venus in Pisces get that carried away in illusion. It's like, okay, you can be the Lulu from time to time. You can love this person, but we will not allow you to destroy yourself or to lose yourself. While my energy is in this body, they will not let me go Venus in Pisces, the Lulu. They will not let me. They will not let me. They will not let me. They will always restrict me. They will bring me back to reality. It's like, are you seeing what this person is doing? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Don't close it. Don't get distracted. To be honest, a big case of catfish I experienced was all Pisces. The girl who did it, the girl who got her identity stolen, and me who discovered it, all Pisces. Oh! Wow. The girl who got her identity stolen, and I have the same birthday. The catfisher 3 days after us. Wow. I had a coworker. She was she was a Pisces, and but I often talk about her because her Mars, a Pisces with the moon in Cancer, but her Mars was in Scorpio. And I don't know, she was very like at first she would look like a bit introvert, even a bit like lacking in confidence. She would be like, she would seem very humble, but she would really try her hardest to be my best friend, and she would have you know, this sort of like, she would want to absorb you. I don't know. For me, it was like she would grab me by the hand and she would be like, "Oh, let's go over here. Let's go and have a coffee here, or let's not talk to the other group. Let's go here. Let's talk to each other because we like each other very much." And actually, I did like her. I did like. I think that the girl, she went through some very challenging. She was, a single mother. She had a very traumatizing experiences with men in general, and she didn't have like much support from her family. Very hardworking, but I think that she just she was this kind of person that she would absorb you, and from time to time I would get this vibe that she wanted to be me. Like she really wanted to steal my identity because she started to act like me. She started to do everything that I did. Um, and she would get very happy when people would confuse us, and they would be like, "Oh, you kind of look like her," and I would be horrified. I would be like, "What? Like, how how many years of existence I had I had to endure to learn to educate myself to be who I am today, and I have this copycat in here that wants to take it all fast, absorb it all fast, and just because she pretends to, she changes her hairdo or she changes a few things about her appearance, she thinks that she's me." No, like, I swear I got out of there. I got out of there. Like, I started hanging out with larger groups of people. Like, I would be like, "Oh, let's go and meet this." But she would always want me for herself. Like, she would want us to go and be together, but not with the others, and I would hate that. Like, and this is something that maybe I do have some Aquarius influence somewhere, because I love to talk to groups. Like, I don't want to be stuck with the person, even though I am very loyal to my friends. Like, I want to go and talk to other people as well. Like, I am stuck with you almost every day. The time that I have to go and talk to others, I want it. I want it. I want to be able to go and talk to others. But if she was around, like, and also other people didn't like her. Other people didn't like her. They were like, "That woman is weird. That woman is weird." She would be, she had no personality. Like, I actually felt very sad for her, because I tried to incorporate her, to be like, "Okay, maybe you know, if you are so eager to copy me, maybe you should be a bit much more like social." But she would be so awkward. She would be like, we would be sitting in, like, for example, during lunch break with others on, like, in a very like long table, like talking to other people, other coworkers, and she would be with her cell phone, like this, so disconnected and not interested in engaging in conversation with anyone. Like, no, no. Seriously, I should make a story time. When she got discovered, she played the victim. Oh, so bad I kept lying to not look bad, although we already knew. Oh, this is scary. That's no longer jealousy, but obsession. People who copy you always creep me out. I left a friendship because of it. Yeah. And also, back then, I used to go see a psychologist, and she dismissed me. Like, I talk about it during a session. I was like, I have this coworker friend that she's very nice, everything, but I feel like she's copying me, and I don't like it. And this therapist, like, she would be so, I don't know why I went to her, because she wasn't able to sort of help me like connect. She would be like, oh, well, you should be like happy that she's copying you. It means that you're doing something. And I'm like, I'm telling you that she makes me feel weird. Like, I'm telling you how I feel. Like, I'm not crazy. She's not, there's something about it that is not flattering at all. I don't feel well. Reminds me of the BFF in Marry My Husband. Yes? Like that? Okay, guys. I'm going to pull cards for... oh, Mariana, since you are here in Argentina as well, are you also suffering from the mosquitoes and the flies? And, because I'm actually here, I have the AC on, but I'm getting bitten by the mosquitoes. Like, and I'm allergic. So whenever they bite me, like, my skin swallows. We are having like a sort of pandemic of, we are having a pandemic of mosquitoes. There's a lot. I swear. There's a lot, yeah, Mariana, there's a lot. Like, okay, guys. Also, another girl, the three of us who knew, came to me to tell me that she knew who it was and stuff she knew about her, and we discovered that she had lied to her as well, because the girl said that she knew where she lived and she didn't live there. Oh, I know it for a fact because I had been to her house. So she also lied to her friend who had no reason to lie for. Oh my God. Wow. B1 Taemin. Oh, is it good, Marushka? B1 Taemin. Oh, thank you. I have both. Mosquito bite and thyroid. Mariana, de off, ¿quieres decir el off del cuerpo? Sí, no tengo. No tengo. Lavender, me acaba de picar uno, pero lo maté. Yes, your blood changes and mosquitoes are not that attracted to your blood anymore. It's because summer season. Yeah, but Mariana, I never seen such a plague. Like, what is going on? Like, we have everything over here, guys. We have a very annoying summer, very hot. We have this plague of suddenly mosquitoes everywhere and the inflation in the country. So, this is why we are so, I believe this is why we are all so substantive. I'm just so annoyed. Like, this is why I get like, while I was ranting the first part of the live stream, that I was ranting about, The checks and everything, the payments and everything. I think that it's just a general feeling of our society in general that we are almost in March, like we are already in February, and we are so annoyed. Like things are not doing very well. But we just keep going and advancing. But definitely some things have to change. Definitely we have to change as a group of people, as a community. There has to be some changes because uh, one of the things she said when she got discovered was that she was like that because she was bullied, but I was in school with her and she was the bully. Oh my God. Oh my God. Crazy, crazy. Well, that's something that I noticed. You know, that I find it very curious also that usually people that bully or people that had been like very mean, they are often in these very, some of them are nurses, some of them are suddenly like caretakers, you know, they are like doctors, or, and I'm like, oh my God, the audacity. Like they really didn't like, didn't grow up, like didn't evolve in some aspect. To be honest, I'm used to because in Venezuela there are so much more mosquitoes and flies. Okay. If I didn't dislike TikTok people so much, I would do a story there. Yes. And also get your Netflix deal and your book deal. Okay, guys. Let's. Do you have some recommendations for today for the how do they flirt for today? How do they flirt? Um, Tarot reading. Let's do individual people instead of groups. And also, I didn't bring the romantic one, so I got this one because I actually left it at the office because I was using it with a client and I forgot it. So I got this one. But I also bought this oracle, the I Ching of Love, to complement it with it. WayV Kun, okay. Maybe someone really unromantic. Who is unromantic? 17 June. Okay. Yeah, but for 2024. Oh, and I think that we can add the leader. I know that Samara wanted a tarot reading for the leader of 17. What's his name? Red Velvet Irene. SCoups. Okay. Thank you, Fluffy. I was having a hard time remembering. Um, oh, yeah, I don't live there anymore. Also, that girl is a big K-pop stan. Bless her mind, that's already bad if she consumes K-pop. Imagine the parasocial issues she would get. Yes, that's a bad combination. She would have different accounts. Can you imagine? Taemin? Okay. People of TikTok did like the Taemin reading. The one I did with Nose. Or Nose. I don't know how it's pronounced, her name. Pemju. Oh, I have to read for him. It's Pisces season already. Okay, maybe the other Saturday. Because I have the friendship reading, and then the other week I will start with the Pisces idols. Yeah, I will do this. Next Saturday, it will be for the friendships, that I do have a lot of recommendations for friendships. So the other one, that it would be like March the 1st. I don't know, but the other Saturday, I will do a reading for the Pisces idols. Is it flirting or regular? Is flirting. Let's do Jerry, because I never read for Jerry actually, for flirting. I never read for her. I mean, I believe a long time ago. And for Joy, I will read for her next week. Most unromantic idol is Hison. But you know, I have an issue with that. I mean, I had been reading for him, for Hison. But I do get that he's so serious, but people don't believe it. Like, the fans don't react very well to the reading. It's like they are against it. They are like, no, he's not like that. He flirts with us. This is what the fans say. I don't know. From the cards that he gets, I get very cold. Cold, 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 cold. Hey, Stray Kings, big lover. I hope we struggle to read it. I do it a very weird pose because I'm like trying to combine two names. And maybe Asahi of Treasure. Okay, Asahi. People don't trust Libra men. I swear. And what is it with the obsession with Nikki? Like, come on, guys. I know the guy is. I know you're all like. I don't know. They just want the tea so bad about Nikki. But he's just a regular teenager, I would say. Like, I don't get from his energy, like, and this is my experience only. I don't know how other readers feel about it. But for me, I feel him very young. I don't see him like that, I don't know, that sexy or that interesting when it comes to connection. I actually feel him very awkward. And I don't know if this has to do with people sexualizing him at a very young age. Because definitely he must feel the attention towards him, because people go crazy for that guy, and he's just barely 18. Hey, Diana. Do fans not realize flirting with fans is a part of fan service? Oh, the name is too long. I'll be updating it soon. No, it's not long. It's just that I see the. Maybe I should read it like pink, skits pink instead, because I want to say stray kids and then pink. Because I want to read the full, but maybe I should say skits. In Hypen concert tickets for US tourists. Oh, 700. Yeah, exactly, Akira. You're underage one day and legal the next, but your persona doesn't change from one day to other. The other day I was watching this on Netflix. Is this, I believe it's from Taiwan. Is this Thai series that I believe is called Ready Set Love. Ready Set Love. And one of the popular guys, it looks like Jackson. I swear that when he appeared on the screen, I was like, oh, there's Jackson in there. And no, he just looks very similar to Jackson. But I swear he just, if you look at him like out of the frame, he's just Jackson. He looks like Jackson. Right, Minga will bring those fans back to their senses real quick. This isn't a fan sign. Take your anti-Lulu pills. And also, this is something that I think that is very interesting. The other day I was watching 10 on Eric Nam's show. And you know that he went to Eric Nam's show, the debug show, and he was talking about, the process of the solo album and everything. And they were talking about, he was asking Eric about, how do you write, how much time you put into writing. And I don't know, Eric was like, I always write, like I'm always writing, I'm always like, I believe that this has to do with being artistic, everything that happens, just like when we can have a journal, maybe for an artist it's like this, whatever goes on in their lives daily, a perception, a sensation, a feeling, they write it down, and then with those they create lyrics. And I did notice that Ten was like, and I believe he said like, oh, I want to do that too. I want to have more life experience. I want to live more to be, because that's the reality, guys. Like, you cannot write about love if you haven't experienced in it. Like, and in this case, I don't mean like a one-on-one relationship, but I think that you have to allow yourself to be full, to be filled with the emotion, with, okay, how does this make me feel? You have to be very, like, a good student of yourself, and also what's going on around yourself. Or maybe if you have friends, or if you have to be a good observant of life. You have to go out and live. And sometimes idols don't get the chance to go out and experience life and observe with the freedom that we have. So when you ask them, like, okay, like, a very a deep, I don't know, a deep reflection about something. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them actually don't have that life experience. And in that sense, I do see it when I pull cards for them, when it comes to the romance or what they like, like some of them don't know what they like. Some of them don't even like something. They are just, it seems like this work. I get that more for actors. That's why I don't want to read for actors anymore, because I get the same generic the same generic like perspective of like, I'm busy, I'm working on my next project, you know, their minds are already there, they are already transforming themselves into this future character that they have to play. And there's not much substance, there's not much going on in their personal life. That's why sometimes when some people assume that some actors are dating, I'm like, really? Really, you think that they're dating? You know, guys, when I see it, I say it like I see it. But there's some fans that they don't let go their ships of 2018. Like, stop shipping them. You know, it's over. The series is over. You know. Reminds me of when someone asked Jim to marry him and he said, stop talking nonsense. Yeah, it's not cute. Right now, $1 is like 17 pesos. But last year, by the time of the concert, each dollar was like 20 pesos. Wow. Yeah, that's why I think that they should date. Yeah, so they can have the experience, even if the outcome is not that they stay together, but at least they have history. They show me that as people, they have emotional needs. They want to date, and maybe they don't have the time. They don't have, you know, it's not easy for them, but they want to make it happen anyways, despite of the hate of the rest of the world, you know, the fans, the anti-fans. That's why they don't come here, Akira. They don't come here. I was laughing, guys. The other day, I wanted to show you. Because remember that we were chatting about, you know, okay, like, you know, some Argentinian fans, they want to know if their groups are going to come to Argentina. We were talking about K-pop coming to Argentina and how we are broke and we probably don't have money to pay these artists. And I was checking that the other day I have seen that this group of the 2000s that actually was very popular when I was a teenager, that is called 18s. They were like a modern teenage version of ABBA. They would sing ABBA songs. They were very popular when I was young, but they are coming back to Latin America. They are actually going on tour here in Latin America, and I believe that they are coming to Argentina. And also, the other day, I also got a TikTok about another famous group of the 2000s. I don't remember which group. I don't think it's Westlife. No, it's not Westlife. But it's a boy band of the 2000s. It's not the Backstreet Boys. It's not. They are coming here. That's what we can afford, guys. Boy bands and groups of the 2000s. So that means that means people's in their 40s dancing. Which they look great and they have the talent, but this is what, when people ask me, will K-pop artists come to Argentina to perform, I'm like, no, because I don't know what's going on, but the government or whoever is arranging these things is bringing the oldies here, is bringing the old. I don't know, maybe they are not that famous in other parts of the world, but they come here and they make the money. They are not I don't know. I don't want to say K-pop artists are not going to come to Argentina, but I don't know, guys. I think that we are too broke. We have nothing to offer them, like financially. And you know, Asian people and companies are very much are very methodic about money, so you cannot fool them. So definitely they will not take some kind of deal. SM finally has correct prices. I loved when next day after a scandal they posted, I'm Super Lady Challenge with 10 and Chidomin. Yes. NCT Dream have announced that they are touring Latam in August. Oh yeah, I see. I did read, yeah. Yeah. For me, unless you're a millionaire, as much as you love them, would you spend what several months of rent would cost one day? Because even if you can afford it, you could do much. Please, guys, if you go to one of these venues or concerts, I don't know, wear diapers. Guys, do something. Do something, please. Please, guys, don't take care of yourselves and others. Like, please don't. And also the person that pooped themselves, it wasn't a citizen. So, you know, we will never get out. People are going to make fun of the fandom for ages. Like, it's always NCT related. I swear. Yes. She was a Hechan stan. How is it the fandom of Hechan, the sunnies? The sunflowers? NCTs. NCT. I swear, guys, we will never, never leave the shame. The other fandoms will never leave us alone. Never. I mean, I feel bad because there's people that say that, oh, they had prepared this, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to do the very Italian gesture that is like this. Like, what? Like, no, this was prepared. They had been preparing this attack. Like, are you serious? Like, I mean, let's be honest, guys. What if this person, I know that the person apologized and she was like, okay, you know, I even offered to, if I sort of got other people affected, I will pay for your dry cleaning or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, if you are part of those large crowds, you know, and everyone is pushing each other, and everyone is, you know, under a lot of stress or something is going on, and probably you are also very nervous. the person could also have an accident. I mean, we're human. We do poop. It's not that she's the only one that poops. I'm saying she, I guess it's a she. But I'm thinking, like, what if the person actually felt very bad of their stomach? Like, I mean, that could happen. Like, I know it extended, and that was awful. But can you imagine the shame? Like, it's not something that you're like, oh, I'm excited to do this. You know, this is my moment. Like, I'm going to be rebellious. Like, who would think like that and expose themselves like that? You don't just poo. Like, I don't know, like, ¿por qué ya? Oh, one girl peed at all eye circles concert in Mexico. Her dad didn't want to take her in the car. Oh, yeah, she said she was sick. She was lifted in. Yeah, because, I mean, it's the body response, but you can be nervous. Also, the weather, maybe what you had eaten before. But also when you're nervous, guys, don't you feel bad in your stomach when you are about to go to a very important event, when you feel nervous and your stomach feels like, I don't know. I think that I understand that everyone are like, oh my God, what happened? You know, even the idols noticed and everyone got affected by this, by what she did. You know, but um you know, I think that we should be a bit more empathic. Like, what if she had an accident? You know, I mean, I know I wouldn't be able to go to those kinds of places because I would want to go and pee every 20 seconds. Every 20 minutes I would be like, where is the bathroom? Like, I'm that old, guys. I will be like, okay, I will buy this ticket, but I want the nearest, like, I want to be able to see where the bathroom is. Because and when I get nervous, I want to pee. I want to pee, you know, and I drink a lot of water, so it makes sense. But I don't know. I think that everyone is making jokes about it. I just feel so sad, guys. Like I don't know. People said it was reference to General Deception of Twice concert in Mexico, but General B in Four Sol is always a mess. I think I would rather no go than being in that area. I only buy seat tickets for concert. Exactly. In Taylor's concert, some girls were playing. Oh, really? Oh my. No, guys, no. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you know, it could have been a big accident, you know, and you've been pushed, and probably the girl wanted to get out, and she wasn't able. You know, when you feel the rush, like I don't know why people are like, you know, and in this, I think that is how people like are like, oh no, oh my God, the idols were able to smell it. Like, it's not about the idols. Like, I get it. She must have felt embarrassed. Like, everyone felt like ashamed for her. They were like, oh, right now, this happened to you now. But it could have been any of us. Like, come on, guys. Like, I don't know why people talk about it like as if you never poop. I don't know. As if you don't know how the intestines and the whole thing works. I don't know. You know, the idols also poop. Yeah, and also because she went to Twitter and apologized, and she still got backlash. Like, oh, why would you apologize? Like, I wouldn't apologize. Like, nothing makes you satisfied, guys. Nothing. Like, either you are acknowledging your error, or you're like, yeah, it was me, and still you get the backlash. Yes, there's video if you want to watch them. Is Willow General People? I want to watch it, Akira. I'm going to watch it. Yeah. For example, this mate, that is our drink, like our what we drink here. This makes you go to the bathroom all the time, like to go pee, because it's like diuretic. I don't know how to say it in English, but it makes you go pee. Oh, you're at work. Hey, Samara. How are you? We miss you. Samara, I put SCoups, 17 SCoups for How Do They Flirt. I put him on the list because I know you wanted a reading for him. I know that you probably wanted a general reading, but since I'm doing the How Do They Flirt, I put him on the list. Oh, wow. Yeah, but this is 2024. I know. I did the whole 17s, but this is for 2024. Let's see if something has changed. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was very weird reading. Like, it wasn't that. Like, I didn't get confident vibes, but I don't know. Maybe it had changed. I remember it, yeah. That it was with the other oracle, the tiny oracle. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with. Wait, I have to write down timestamps. These mosquitoes are killing me. Okay. WayV Kun. How does he flirt? A lot of cups. Like it. I like it. Okay. For WayV Kun, we got Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the Tower. And then from the Oracle of the Icon of Love, he got the card of the Courage of Love. It's so beautiful. And he has a tiger. So definitely Kun, about being flirtatious, he actually like is becoming a bit much more courageous. But there's something about him being very kind. I don't know, with the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, you know. Um, if you notice this, you know, this card about, look at this person. Is so centered, so willing, so open to connect, so understanding. Um, I definitely think that when it comes to flirting, he's just very nice. He's just a very nice guy. He probably is a good listener. He's just very compassionate. There's something about him being very understanding, probably very romantic. But I think that he's someone that he doesn't show. I know he's a Capricorn, but there's something with all this water in here that I'm like, at first, initially, when he's interested in someone, he just is very humble. You know, his energy is very much like sensitive. You know, he's probably not doing something, not acting right away. He's just observing the person, you know, listening to them, you know, listening to their story, like being kind, being very, you know, showing that he's confident. Like definitely the guy has like an attitude. Like you definitely sense that he's very centered in his energy. He doesn't get nervous. He feels very complete. He feels very at peace with himself. I don't think that this is the kind of guy that he would get nervous and he would be like, oh, you know, I'm a bit worried. What is this person going to think about me? I definitely see his energy is like, he just feels very sweet, you know, very sweet, and he just loves to surround that person. I see that he approaches the person very slowly, like he probably is one of a group, you know, he's one of the people that is in there, but that he has his eyes on his person. But I think that for him it's very important to be a gentleman. There's something about him being very gentle, you know, because with the Ten of Cups, there's this sense of like honor. I don't know why. I feel like it's not about appearances. It's not that he wants to look like the good guy. But I feel that there's something about him also taking care of his legacy, or maybe the way he was raised. You know, there's something about him being respectful to the other person. Let the person talk first. You know, let them, you know, have their moment. You know, you're just then there being receptive and welcome of their energy. Definitely he knows how to make the other person feel comfortable, not afraid. You know, he's just very gentle, and he probably is very good at giving this space where the person starts talking about themselves and expressing how they feel. So very emotional. But yeah, with the tower, I think that he could run away at the end, because the tower is like, you know, this sudden, abrupt change in the structure. You know, there's something like, okay, we are building something here. We have this atmosphere. We have this mood, and all of a sudden, something breaks. Something gets interrupted. Something gets done. Like something is like, you know, is shaking a bit. And I think that it has to do with him probably, you know, having to go, or just, you know, having to leave the conversation, or just having to go away. And I think that this can create a bit of confusion, but I think that there's something about him. I don't know why I get that. Probably the guy is busy, so there's something about him being like, oh, this was great, but I have to go. So it can be a bit awkward. Like he definitely has to put effort to sort of rebuild again the trust of this person. But initially he starts very, very well. But yeah, with the tower, I'm like, you know, something comes up unexpectedly, and he's like, you know, I have to go. So I think that it's very interesting how there's something about him being very sweet when it comes to flirting with someone, or just getting to know someone for the first time, or having this very like one-on-one interaction. But at the end, the guy probably is very much affected or interrupted by his obligations. You know, so in this case, it's like we are going back to him being a Capricorn. This is not about him being a workaholic, but probably something comes up. You know, he gets a message, you know, someone calls him, something unexpected comes up and he has to leave right away. So there's something about him being very, like, very chill at the beginning, and then all of a sudden he has to leave. Like, there's something about him going back to having to interrupt this very sweet atmosphere and having to go back to his responsibilities and sort of like interrupt this very intimate beginning. So I hope he gets this person number at least to continue. Sorry, to continue this. But it feels like something, you know, appears to interrupt. But then, you know, he has like the card of the courage of love. So definitely Kun is very mature. He's very, I think that the guy knows that probably when it comes to connections, he has some obstacles in the way. There's something about him facing some interruptions. I don't know if this happens when he decides that he likes someone and he decides to do something about when he likes someone and something happens. This sounds very Saturn, you know, that something happens and it ruins the moment. But with the card of the courage of love is like, you know, you can still fight for this person. Like, I mean, the guy is still, even though there could be silences, there could be interruptions, the guy will always show his most noble side. You know, there's something about him also being very, like, sort of taking responsibility of what he created. So if he has a special moment with someone, if he flirts with that person, and if it ends in nothing, he is very courageous when it comes to, let's do this another time, or let's resume this some other time. Like, I have to go, but I will call you. Like, he is very respectful. He is a gentleman, and also he is very secure about what he wants. So if he flirts with the person, he is going to find a way to fix things. You know, he's very courageous in this sense. He's very silent. Like, there's something about him being very silent, not wanting to get that much attention to himself. It's all about the other person, not so much about him. But at the end, he is still the man in the connection. You know, he's the one that he's going to take the initiative to ask this person out again, or to, I don't know, schedule a new reunion or something. But definitely he's not going to ghost. He's not going to ghost. He's going to apologize, being like, you know, I'm sorry. Okay, 17 June. I like these cards because they're so, like, they're so artistic. Did I tell you guys that I want to start like art therapy? Okay. Okay, for 17 June, we have the Star, Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups. Very charming, very charming. But we have from the Oracle of the I Ching of Love, we have the card of Suffering. So, yeah. He's very complex, I would say. He has a very sweet part, but then he has also a very authoritative card. Starting with the star, I think that he has the star quality. There's something about him probably being very popular with the ladies because he shines. He just shines. And also, I think that he is not that shy about flirting. There's something about him being like, I can do it correctly, actually. I can do it very well. This could be, I feel very confident. And also with the Queen of Swords, I think that the guy is very smart. There's something about him becoming very creative when it comes to flirting with someone, knowing how to talk to them or what to do. He probably also has this desire to be unexpected, to be different. With the Queen of Swords, there's something about like, okay, yeah, I want to guide the conversation, like I want to be the one in control, but I'm also going to be very sweet because I'm the queen, I'm the queen, but I'm very communicative. And with the Knight of Cups, he's so charming. There's something about him, like inviting this person, like, what do you want to go from here? Like, this is not over. This is not just like, okay, let's see each other now. And he's like, okay, where can we go next? There's something about him wanting to keep having fun with the person, keep things moving. I don't know why I get that his energy. He probably gets bored easily, or he has this fear that the person will get bored of him. So he's always thinking, or he has this very anxious attitude of like, okay, I have to do something like funny, or I have to be very like unique, or I have to like bring some excitement to this to this interaction because I want this person to remember me. There's something about him wanting to be remembered for being special or for being the one. With the star card, is like, this is my moment. Like I don't want to look like a fool. Like I actually want to create good memories with this person. But I think that he's very charming. He's just very charming, very sweet. He has this part where he can be a bit innocent, not innocent, but there's something about him being a hopeless romantic or just being very spontaneous about the way he moves around the person. It's like he seems willing. He's like, okay, can I get you something? Can I do something for you? Can I help you here? There's something, his body language, he's like, from time to time, at first he can look a bit cocky, but once you pass that, a stardom phase where you look at him and you're like, oh my, he's amazing, because he is amazing and he knows it. There's something about him that is very sweet inside, that he probably is much more humble than what people think of him, even though from time to time he can also show, especially with people that he doesn't know, he can look a bit cocky, but there's something that the more you interact with him, the more he opens his heart to you. So, and also with the Knight of Cups, I could sort of see him like fall in love at first sight with someone. I can sort of see him like, opening his heart right away. Even if this is just flirting, I can sort of see him like, going from cold and detached and sort of wanting to be on control and wanting to be the one that initiates, and then I see him like falling for the person. I don't know, maybe it's too fast, but for him, emotions run like this. And also with this card of suffering, the the keyword of this oracle, I think that he's afraid of suffering. There's something about him probably afterwards or after he sees this person, if he has to wait to see this person again, to meet them again, the waiting sort of makes him suffer a bit. He probably starts like wondering, okay, did I do right? Did I create the right impression? I don't know, will this person communicate with me? What if I talk to them and they don't talk to me? Like, are they still interested in me? He's sort of been a bit anxious about the next step, like, okay, when do I talk to them? Like, is this too soon? Is this too late? I don't know. He just seems like, probably with the Knight of Cups, there's a bit of emotionality in him and also probably like feeling a lot. And this caused him suffering. Probably in his mind, he's like, oh no, but what if, him thinking about the worst scenario, him thinking like, oh no, like maybe they don't like me. What if they don't answer me? What if this is just something that I thought that maybe I flirted with them, but they just see me as a friend? I don't know. There's something about him getting very sensitive about what the other person is going to think about him. He doubts. I think that he's in a period in his life where he doubts his ability to flirt or his ability to be seductive. He probably, with the Queen of Swords, he's like doubting himself about like, how did I do? How did I act around that person? Did I talk too much? Did I take over the whole conversation? Did I look anxious? Did I look like, did they know that I like them? He has a bit of insecurities, and probably it's because he falls in love very fast, I would say, so this is why he gets anxious. And he can get this very, sort of very pessimistic scenario, but actually probably it's not like that. But he doubts himself a lot. He doubts himself a lot. He doubts his performance a lot. Oh, I have to go back to the reading. I don't remember. I have to go back. But he seems sweet. It's just that maybe he just has he doubts himself. He doubts if he acts too soon. What the other person will think. And he really is very catastrophic. Like his mentality is like, oh no, I done wrong. Okay. For 17 SCoups. For 17 SCoups, let's see how does he flirt in this 2024 series. Okay. We start with the seven of Wands, very fiery. The King of Wands, very fiery, very Leo like him. And the Three of Swords. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Contemplation. So yeah, like Samara was mentioning about, the past reading that I did for him, I actually I found him a bit like that he needed help of others. That's what he got in the oracles, that he didn't feel that confident. But now that I'm reading for him, I think that the guy is very passionate, definitely with the Seven of Wands. I think that he really wants to show, and also with the King of Wands, he really wants to show that he's able to sustain the connection. When we think about how do they flirt, he probably is someone that I don't know if he gets anxious and he sort of wants to. I see him fighting himself. With the Seven of Wands, I feel like there's a lot of factors in his life, or probably when he starts liking someone or where he feels attracted to someone, that he gets a bit anxious or he gets a bit like self-conscious, and he gets a bit like agitated inside. But with the King of Wands, is like he tries to emulate or he tries to show that he's a very confident person. He tries to bring out his Leo self. He's like trying to overcome his. I think that there's something about him being on the defensive, or maybe there's something about his energy with all this fire in here, that maybe the other person is like, do they really like me? Like because it seems like you are very nervous, like you are, because his attitude is of the King of Wands. He is very generous. He's very mature. He's very intelligent. Definitely he gets all the eyes, because the King of Wands is also someone that has a lot of magnetism. He enters a room and all the eyes are on him. But there's something about how does he flirt. If we start with the Seven of Wands, there's some tension. I don't know how to explain it. I think that there's this very attractive guy that comes to you, but you sort of feel like he's fighting himself. Either his communication is not very well, or he just acts very cocky. I would say there's something with the King of Wands in here trying to hide his insecurities and acting like too much, like when you're trying to disguise that you're nervous, but you act a bit like too much. You act like the King of Wands, you seem a bit on the defensive, or you seem a bit like guarded, like you are on this pedestal and the other person cannot figure you out, or they are like, okay, like, do they really like me, or like, are they annoyed by me? I don't know. Even he could, I don't know why I get that. He could scare his potential person. He could scare them, because he has this energy where I think that the other part doesn't see that he has this issue, that he is sort of fighting something inside, because he looks confident, but at the same time he looks a bit closed off, indifferent, I would say. Like okay, like I'm confident, like I'm this king, And also with the Three of Swords, there's something about him lacking a bit of strength, and I think that this can, the Three of Swords is like there's some issues with communication, either they tell him something, or he expresses himself in the wrong way and there's a miscommunication, or there's some, like, they are not getting each other, or probably he feels a bit hurt about what the other person tells him, or about how it's like he's expecting the other person to act a certain way, to reassure him in some way, and the other person doesn't get it. So he feels a bit, again, self-conscious. He feels like, oh, is it me? You don't like me? Like he starts getting a bit like hurt in his feelings, like, so, I did all this and I'm here with you and you don't appreciate me? With the Three of Swords, there's something about him feeling hurt, about being a bit misunderstood, or not having that feedback that he would expect, but also him not realizing that he must be the reason why the other person also is not able to connect with him. So it seems like he's on the defensive. And he's, with the King of Wands, is like, he has this very, larger than life, he takes a lot of room, a lot of energy, a lot of good posture, beautiful, magnificent, he's all amazing. But at the same time, maybe he expects from the other part some kind of recognition, or he expects the other person to value him more, and he's like, oh, you are not that excited that I'm here. You are not, like, I'm not feeling the love, I'm not feeling the appreciation, so, but I think that he doesn't feel it. With the Three of Swords, I think that definitely he comes from, I don't know if it's a past traumatic experience where he felt rejected by someone in particular. So I think that for him, okay, exposing himself and flirting with someone is a bit traumatic. It sort of takes him back to a place where he wasn't that confident, or maybe to a situation where he was younger and maybe he was rejected. So for him, it's like, okay, I have to be this very, like, this huge energy of the King of Wands to compensate that inside I still feel rejected, or I'm still dealing with some confidence, lack of confidence. But yeah, with the card of the Oracle, he got the card of contemplation. So definitely the card of contemplation, it says that wherever this situation of flirting makes him feel, even if it feels like a disappointment, or he feels a bit betrayed, or he feels a bit like hurt in his ego, all of this is information for him. Maybe he does have some trust issues, maybe he does have some heartache from the past, maybe he still is in the process of recovering, but definitely he is a tough guy to figure out. You know, there's something about him having this very strong presence, but he doesn't show the vulnerability that you are supposed to show to let the other person that, yeah, you know, I'm here because I like you. It's like the typical guy that he doesn't want to say that he likes the person first. He wants the other person to confess. You know, so there's something about him wanting to play the tough guy in the relationship, you know, the cold guy, the detached guy. And probably the other part is like, I'm not that impressed. You know, so yeah, he has a lot of reflection to do. He has a lot of contemplation to do. If he still has some things from the past, he should work on them. Maybe he has a weird sense of humor. I don't know, I don't see him communicating. I see him like entering the room and just being his wonderful self, you know, and being very like, you know, amazing, you know, like very like I don't know why I get this masculinity, because he gets all these ones. So I'm getting like the guy is very masculine, you know, tough exterior, but also very cool, very popular. But you cannot enter that, you know, you cannot enter that aura, you cannot figure him out. You are like, how do I flirt with someone like this? And I think that probably he expects the other part to flirt with him, maybe. You know, instead of him being like, you know, I'm going to take the first step. Okay, I'm going to continue with Red Velvet Irene. How does she flirt? I don't know, this could be a match for, I don't know, this couldn't be a match for SCoups, because she would leave him waiting. We start for Irene, we have Knight of Swords. So definitely she's very cutting with the words. Nine of Swords, so, oh, very, very sharp, I would say, in judgment. Oh my God. Oh. And then from the Oracle, she got the cards of waiting, waiting. So definitely for her, it's like, okay, if you survive all my words, you know, all maybe the darts that I throw at you, you know, maybe being a bit mean, or maybe just being, you know, there's something about her being very communicative. She's not the typical woman that she's going to be submissive and quiet and just like, very like, oh yeah, I love you. Oh yeah, I'm so happy we're together. No, she has questions. She will like, like she's going to ask you a lot of questions. She's sort of going to interview you. She's very curious. Also, she's very challenging. She could also like start a sort of controversial topic and start talking about it, and maybe surprise the other person not being ready, because I think that her intellect doesn't match probably her face or her body language. There's something about her probably on the outside looking very feminine and sweet and fragile. But when she starts like opening her mouth or starts a conversation with someone that she likes, she starts like with a lot of like conversations, and very intelligent conversations. So you better be ready. Also, she could be talking about very like, I don't know, about very harsh topics or sensitive topics. So it's like she wants to test the person that she likes. How does she flirt? She goes and talks to this person. And I wouldn't be surprised if she starts to have an argument with the person that she likes, as a way of flirting. I think that definitely because she's an Aries, so I'm not surprised that she could be very proactive, not so much of like body language and like I'm going to get closer to you and be touchy and just like, I don't know, like use my body or my hands to get near you. It's more like I'm going to start a very awkward conversation with you. And you're going to feel like I'm judging you or like I'm criticizing you, but I'm going to be very honest about how I feel, my opinions, and also with the Nine of Swords, I think that she does this because she is this is a woman that I think that probably she has had some very unfortunate past experiences with men or with the person that she used to like. So I think that she sort of hides herself behind the swords. She hides herself behind the communication. Also with the card of judgment, she sort of hides herself behind. Do you see all these like here is swords, but do you see like all these sort of? It seems like these are like sticks, like I would say like barriers. She is protecting herself from something. So I think that if she starts an argument with someone that she likes, it's because she's sort of like pushing it, and she's like, okay, I want you to get tired of me. Like I'm confronting you because I want to see like how much do you take, in the sense that, okay, if you really like me, I want to see like how long I can take this. You can take this sort of like interrogation from me and still like me. So she shows this very brave, this very courageous attitude. She shows that she's very smart, that she has an opinion about things, that she has a very sharp mind. Because I think that she's putting people to the test. And in this case, when we think about how does she flirt, she sort of starts conflicts with the people that she likes, because she's with the judgment. I think that she's trying to remove people from her life that she feels like are people that are just agreeing with her because they don't want to face her, or they are not authentic. I think that she's looking for that sort of partner, or what she finds attractive is that partner that is able to confront her, in the sense that, they have also their arguments, like they have their different opinions, but at the same time, they always talk things out. She feels this need to, okay, I have to communicate. I have to let you know this. It can make you feel uncomfortable, but that's who I am. And if you cannot take it, okay, bye. With the judgment, I think that she's sort of purging her circle of friends, or maybe she has a lot of suitors. She has a lot of men around her that want her attention, because she got the card of waiting. So I don't see her like probably initiating, like being like, okay, like I'm doing this because, you know, I'm waiting for this guy to fall in love with me, and I want to be flirtatious and being seen by him because I want him to choose me. No, I think that she's sort of waiting for the right person, but she's like, you know, I just want things to, what is not for me or what is unauthentic, the person that is not real or the person that just cannot take my energy, I want them out of my life. So, you know, I will wait. I will wait to see, you know, how they react, you know. I will put them to the test. I will not make them I will not make a decision yet. I will not make it easy for them. I will not make them feel comfortable just so they can feel like, oh, I'm so lucky, you know. No, she's like, you know, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable on purpose. Let's see if you can pass the test. Okay, SHINee, Taemin. SHINee, Taemin. Okay. For Taemin, we start with the Three of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Eight of Swords. Out of Swords as well. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of the Tomb of Love. So, yeah, for Taemin, I think that yeah, I don't know why I get this vibe. You know, we were talking about Taemin's dating rumors, you know, and we have the Three of Pentacles, so I don't know why. You know, this gives me, does he flirt? He probably flirts on the work. Like there's something about him working with this person, you know, or him being like, you know, we should discuss some details about work, you know. But also with the Page of Swords, I think that he's just someone that he talks to that person, you know. He's someone that she shows curiosity for that person. In this case, I can sort of see, you know, the Gemini Venus, you know, him being showing curiosity for the person, but also with the Three of Pentacles, there's a lot of professionalism from him, so I wouldn't be surprised if this actually, if he flirts with people at work, but at the same time, he's not creepy, like he's not like overly like exaggerated, no, he doesn't interrupt others. Actually, I believe that probably his flirting comes out naturally in the form of, okay, I want to get to know you, so I start a conversation where I show curiosity about how you work or how you do things at work. You know, in here, I don't see feelings. I don't see him like getting all love at first sight for someone. I think that for him, this is why I think that it sort of makes sense that people have this curiosity about who he's dating, if he's dating someone like a dancer of his, if he's dating someone from the company, if he's dating another idol. There's something about him probably having this very flirtatious nature at work, or actually maybe, you know, the spectator, people from the outside observing him and being like, oh, he's flirting. He's flirting, you know, he's rehearsing sort of you know, a challenge, or he's like working on a choreography, or he's just studying about this, he's creating content, but he's flirting. You know, there's something about him. I think that definitely there's a misconception about how does he flirt. I think that they confuse his curiosity to get to know someone or to sustain a conversation with someone of the opposite sex, and they think that, oh, he's flirting. And actually the guy is showing interest, or he's showing curiosity, you know. So I think that in this case there's a a sort of, a misconception. Because then we have the Eight of Swords, so I think that this is Taemin's energy. I feel like he definitely has curiosity for maybe if he likes someone at work, he could have a curiosity and starts talking to the person, but he does it from the Page of Swords is a very young energy, it's a very sort of premature energy, he sort of does it like a sort of game. It's not that deep, and also it's mixed. It's not emotional conversation. It's more like, okay, like this is work related. Or we have to work together, we have to associate, and we are in the same team, so we're talking about this. He's also a very intelligent guy, and he probably likes to talk to people. But with the Eight of Swords, I feel like he feels restricted. This is why I think that he flirts with someone. He's never going, at least from the cards that I get now, I don't think that the guy is ready to like expand on if he starts flirting with someone or if he has communication with someone that he likes. I don't think that he's that free or if he feels that confident to actually expand on this flirting or on him flirting with this person or with someone that he likes, because I feel like he doesn't feel like he has the freedom. He feels probably very judged, very observed. He feels like there's a lot of factors of why he feels very pressured. He feels like he definitely can see that there's a lot of eyes, there's a lot of interest, there's probably a lot of rumors around him because he got a lot of swords and he got the Three of Pentacles, so definitely it's happening at work. So he's like, but why people are spoiling this for me, since this is not serious actually. This is just, I don't know, if it's flirting, it's just flirting. It's not that serious. But I think that he will not look to have a sort of continuation to his initial curiosity because he feels trapped. He feels trapped. He probably then, he initiates a conversation with someone, then he stops talking to the person because he feels like all the eyes are on me, or maybe there's a lot of gossip and he just hears the gossip, and he tries to remain like, okay, I understand. But he's like, instead of arguing with people, it's like he feels the pressure. He feels the eyes of others. And I feel that restricts him in his potential to be flirtatious with someone that he really genuinely likes. I feel like he feels the pressure because it seems like, oh, you like that person. Oh, like you're going to marry that person. He's like, I'm just talking. Like, for him to actually feel something for him, not for him, for someone, to feel like there's a special connection, he has to have prolonged conversations, or he has to have a very prolonged relationship, and this has to evolve. But it doesn't evolve with just flirting. It's just the beginning stages. But I think that it gets interrupted very soon because he feels watched, he feels observed. He feels like someone could interfere in his intimacy, maybe talk about him. We know what has happened. There's people doing a lot of conspiracy. Maybe there's also a lot of people talking about Taemin and wanting to sell some information in people that works with Taemin. There's a lot of gossipy people in there, some people that want to sell, information about him because he talks to the opposite sex, so that's, that's valid for them. So he feels a bit restricted. He feels like he cannot be himself, like he cannot prolong the flirting. He cannot see the after. It's like he has to end it right away because it feels awkward. It feels like you are sort of waiting for him to do something that he's not ready to do. The guy is not ready to commit the way people think that, oh, it should go like this. You start talking to the person, then you start dating the person, then you get married. And for him, it's like, for me, it's not like that. It's not in that order. For me, it takes a lot of time, And also with the thumb of love, in here. And this is very graphic, actually, because we have a thumb here. It says the thumb of love. And you see the couple, and then, I see the heart in here. So for me, this is Taemin's heart. For me, it's like he got caught in a moment where I feel like he thought that he found his person, and this was also interrupted. Just like a lot of things that he wished that were special for him, and somehow they were buried. Because we have the tummy here. So there's something about Taemin emotionality, Taemin's little heart and his hopes and his dreams about love and connection and starting a family and having his own family and having his own secure place, emotional place, is sort of in a tomb at the moment. You know, it's still hidden in there. I think that he still needs a lot of work. He still needs a lot of I think like he feels like things that he appreciates gets taken away from him. And that's why he acts sometimes like he doesn't care, or that he doesn't remember certain things, or that he doesn't remember certain people. Because it's like if I hid it very inside myself, if I bury it very, very deep, people will not take it from me. So I better act like I'm detached, like, you know, I'm not interested in someone, even though there's someone that has my heart. But, you know, I will keep it very, very hidden, so no one can hurt me anymore. Because he feels like people just ruin things for him. And he's like, I will not let that happen again. I prefer to bury it very deep, so you cannot catch me. Yeah, it does. It sounds like that. It's like before you ruin it, I prefer to act like it doesn't exist. It's like I prefer to fool you all. So you don't know who this person is. Okay, for TXT Beomute, how does he feel? Okay, for Beomute, we start with the Sun. The High Priestess, and the Three of Wands. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Deception. It was all very nice until he got the card of Deception. But I think that the guy actually very, very bright cards, except the High Priestess in the middle. I think that the guy is very passionate, actually. He is becoming more bold. Like, he's like, you know, this is like when he sees the person that he likes, he probably his inner child or his more uplifting side comes out. And he probably starts like not making a fool of himself, but I see him like being very funny, you know, talking a lot, moving a lot, showing himself a lot, like, yeah, being funny. But I think that it does him, it sort of suits his energy. You know, he wants to show the person that he likes that he can entertain them, that he can shine for them, you know. And I think that also with the High Priestess in the middle, he really tries his best, or he's learning to do this, to become a bit much more uplifting, like a bit much more upright in his energy, or a bit much more entertaining. I don't know why I get the word entertaining, but because he also has the Three of Wands. So I think that he's sort of getting more comfortable in this idea of expressing himself more and letting people see him, and probably, you know, him showing himself a bit more when it comes to the person that he likes. You know, probably going to see them and standing close to them and starting a conversation, you know, and showing that, you know, that I'm here. I'm here, like, you know, I like you, I want to get to know you. So I don't see him talking that much, but it's like, you know, I'm moving, like I'm sort of like running around you, so you can see me, that I'm here, that I'm being funny, that I'm being goofy, you know, that I'm being, you know, I'm someone that you can have fun with, you know. It's like, I think that the guy really is trying his best to get out of this High Priestess, because he has the High Priestess in the middle, so we cannot, you know, forget that he is a water sign and that his moon is in water as well. So even though in his actions he tries to show a much more like outgoing side, and he probably gets very hyperactive, and he gets very energetic, and he gets loud, and he's like, oh yeah, this is cool, like, oh yeah, let's do this, yeah, this is fun, you know, and becoming a bit much more outgoing and enthusiastic about things. In the middle, he is the High Priestess. Like inside of him, he is the High Priestess. He's a very intuitive guy. And probably his intuition sometimes gets the best of him. You know, I think that he knows that his intuition can get him very sensitive. He can get a bit moody, or he can get a bit unsure of himself because he feels so much, or probably he absorbs the energy of the room. So he's trying his best to overcome this part of himself where he's like, you know, I want to hide. I want to run away from here. I don't like this place vibe. I feel something weird. I feel something is going to happen. I don't know if maybe the guy has like this sort of intuition that something is going to happen. And also he feels a bit sensitive from time to time. So this can get him a bit, like he suddenly gets quiet, or he suddenly gets shy when it comes to how he's flirt. You know, he probably gets very, very energetic, and all of a sudden he gets shy. He doesn't say anything. He just stands there, you know, like he's just there like in a statue, and you're like, what happened to you? Did you run out of battery? Like, what happened to you? But I think that he feels the energy of the room, and this is why I believe he would prefer, if he flirts with someone, he would prefer to meet this person alone, if that's possible. Or maybe, I don't know, I think that also he probably is a good listener, and he probably, the person that he likes is someone that he sees that this person is having a hard time, and he's like, okay, I'm listening, yeah, like I want to make you feel better, that's why, you know, I'm being all funny, and I'm trying to sort of entertain you and make you laugh. But inside, it's like he can feel that the person is going through something. So he's like, he's trying to shut down his intuition. He's like, no, not now. Not now. I want to be fun. Like, I want to entertain this person. Like, I don't want to look at the person that I'm interested in and sort of seeing what they're going through, or their struggles, or if they're sad. I don't know why I feel like he probably feels attracted to very sad people. I don't know, even to say depressive people, I would say. Because this is why I get that his vibe is like, you know, I want to entertain you. Like, I want to get the energy up, because it's like his intuition is like, you know, that the person is not okay, right? So he can see through the person that he likes, but he's like, I don't want to be psychic right now. I don't want to be feeling this right now. I don't want to see through that person. I don't want to go through their aura. I just want to flirt with them. It's like, I don't want to see the dark side of them. I just want to flirt with them. I just want to have a good time with them. I want to explore. You know, I want us to get to be friends, or I want us to be funny together. You know, I don't want to get that sad or that mysterious, you know. And also he got the card of deception. See? he is very disappointed in himself because he's like, I was having such a good time. Why am I getting that emotional? Like, why do I get in this high priestess mode? Like, why am I? He probably feels like he's very weird. Because he feels so much, that he feels like this is not the time. Like, I'm supposed to be having fun. Like, I'm disappointed at myself. Like, I really don't want to be this sensitive. I hate it. He's still in this period where he doesn't understand how to use his intuition, and probably he feels very awkward interacting with people. He's like, he can see through people, and he just prefers to. Sometimes he just wants irregular interaction. You know, when you see someone beautiful and you like them and you're like, okay, let's have fun. But suddenly he gets sad. He sort of absorbs the energy of the other person and he gets so sad. So this is why I'm like, maybe he has this sort of like magnet where he just like attracts people that look very beautiful on the outside, but then when you start listening to them, you realize that they are so depressed and they tell you horrible things and you're like, oh my, this is tragic. Oh my. Like, this is so sad. I don't want this to be sad. I don't want this to be sad. Okay, Red Velvet Jerry. Okay, for Red Velvet Jerry, how does she flirt? Wait. Oh, she's so cute. A lot of cups. She's so. What sign is she? She's so beautiful. Like, my God. Wow, she's so good at building relationships. I like her. Oh, she's so cute. She got the Empress, Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, and then she got Nourishment. Nourishment. Doesn't it look like the Empress? The energy of the Empress. There is abundance, you know, and she's carrying all the fruit. She's carrying all the fruits, nourishment. This is a very lovely woman. This is a very lovely woman. She's so beautiful. Like, I don't know why. I think that she makes everyone feel very good about themselves. She's like someone that sees possibilities. I also think that there's something about her being very confident in flirting with people that she likes. I think that there's something about her feeling very abundant, like she has the resources to be that woman. You know, even though probably, you know, it's like she's not afraid to be rejected. I think that she's at this point in her life that she's like, you know I am a good woman. Like, I don't know if it's, I have the face or I have the body. I have, you know, social skills. I'm very good at communicating. Definitely she's good at listening as well because she has the Two of Cups. She's very compassionate. She's very understanding. That's her appeal as well. But probably she's someone that she's very popular in relationships. I don't know if maybe people trust her a lot, you know, and goes to her for advice. But she sounds very abundant, you know, like someone that she's really is like the representation of love. You know, there's something about her being very loving and just like being very nice to everyone. And I think that when it comes to how does she flirt, I think that she sort of shows the interest. She shows that she wants to connect with the person. She shows, like, she interacts with the person, like, and she makes the person feel seen. She makes the person feel understood. There's something about her that is also very therapeutic. Like she's a good listener. She has this very profound view of life, but also she's very like confident. You know, there's something about her being like, you know, probably I'm not the beauty standard. I'm not like the typical beautiful, but I know I have other resources. I know I have other talents. I'm full. I'm abundant. I know maybe, I lack I don't know why I get the physical. I don't remember her face. I know Red Velvet members, but her, I haven't connected with her that often. With the others I did, but not so much with her. That's why I wanted to read for her. Because I don't know why I haven't been able to read for her that much. So I'm like, today is the day. But I love her energy. I feel like she's a very trustworthy person. Definitely, she has honor. I think that there's something about her that even though she has the possibility to flirt with a lot of people, she has honor. She's like, I could flirt with a lot of people. I could be a lot of people ideal woman, but actually she has a lot of honor. That, for example, if she knows that there's someone that likes a man that she likes, or she hears someone talking about someone that she likes, or maybe she's in the situation where she starts talking to a guy that actually has a girlfriend or something like this, and there could be a confusion, she's like, no, not with me. I'm not that kind of person. I have honor. So I don't do that. I only flirt with people that are available and that are good for me. I don't want to hurt others. So, she's very transparent in this sense. And also with the kind of nourishment, definitely she seems like people that she has relationships with, those people grow around her. They grow, they expand, they become much more successful and confident in themselves as well. I feel that she's a good partner. She's a good partner. Definitely, she has potential. She has potential. She could be a great mother in the future. She has potential. She's so abundant. Like, she has a lot of love to give. A lot of love to give. Definitely. Definitely. But she's not desperate. Guys, I know there's someone that asked me for a treasure member, but I wrote down treasure, but I didn't wrote down the person's name. I didn't wrote down the member name. What was it, the name? Remember? Do you remember, guys? Sahi. I wrote down treasure, but I really wrote down the name. She also posted very sexy pics when Irene started following her. Oh, maybe she sees herself in Ariana, and she's sort of following her. She's like an inspiration. She has a lot of cups, so I can see her absorbing other people's aesthetics, and trying different things, because she's very Venusian. She gives me very Venusian vibe. Yeah, definitely. For being the first time I read for her, I'm happy. She's the most positive. Okay. For Treasure Asahi. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. Oh, well, one. Only one. Okay. For Treasure Asahi, 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands. I love it because the 4 of Wands, the keyword is marriage. So wow, very intense. And this card, he got the card of betraying. Betraying jealousy. So wow, very dramatic all of a sudden. I don't know about this guy. I don't remember reading for him before, or I don't remember if I did this year. Asahi. but I don't even remember what sign he is. But there's a lot of fatality, I would say, already in this reading. Starting with the Seven of Cups, there's something about this guy that I think that definitely he's a dreamer. That definitely, I think that he daydreams a lot about the person that he likes. You know, when he comes, how does he flirt? He probably has a sort of like dream a scenario in his mind, and he thinks a lot about this person. You know, he puts this person on this sort of pedestal. Maybe he has a lot of illusions about the person that he's going to flirt with. You know, this is not someone that he just meets someone and it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to flirt with this person that I've seen over here. No, this is someone that probably he has been observing this person, he knows this person, he probably has admired this person from afar a while ago, and he has his fantasies or he has his perception about like, oh, what it would be like to be with this person. You know, she or the person is ideal to me. You know, they are these gods, these goddesses. You know, like very much like in the clouds. Like I think that he is a bit romantic and a dreamer. But with the Five of Swords, definitely the Five of Swords is a card that is like the keyword is destruction. So definitely there's a sort of destruction of what he believed. You know, probably when he starts talking to this person, when he wants to sort of advance and start flirting, something happens that sort of his dream or his fantasy about how it should go or how it would be like, it gets destroyed. His dreams get shattered. You know, like there's an element of like, yeah, it wasn't like that. You know, it was the opposite. You know, and he feeling very sad because then we have the Four of Wands. So I think that maybe he's like, okay, I don't know. Here the keyword is marriage, and I think that there's something about him thinking like, oh, I wanted to marry that person. Like that person was the one. You know, him being very fatalistic. You know, him being like, no, even though, you know, maybe the first impression or the first time he tries to flirt, it can go very awkward. Sorry. It can go very awkward. Probably has to do that he has a very active imagination, and he puts this person in a pedestal. He probably tends to see the person that he likes on a very bright and positive light, and actually when he approaches them, they are not like that. They are a sort of disappointment. And also, you know, there could be other people involved because also we have the card of marriage. And also with the Four of Wands, I think about a party, a celebration, a lot of people having fun. And probably there could be another person, or maybe this person is taken, or this person is talking to someone else, or he finds out something that is like destroying and shattering his dreams about them. Because do you see him? Do you see the person sitting here all alone? And it says betraying, it says jealousy. So I feel like there's a part of him that he definitely, in some aspects, he feels betrayed. And I don't think that he's betrayed about the person, but I feel like he feels betrayed by destiny. It's like, out of all the people that I put my eyes on, this person, like it has to end like this. It has to be awkward like this. It has to be awful like this. You know, him getting a bit like frustrated with himself, being like, out of all the person, like the one that I went to, you know, flirt or start something with this person, like, I don't know, I think that there's something about them being taken already, because, or them being very popular and having other options and not paying that much attention to him, because with the card of betraying, him feeling betrayed, and then the other word in here, it says jealousy. So definitely he feels jealous of others. You know, he's like, why others get a better outcome or a better experience and I don't. So it feels very tragic. It feels very tragic, I would say. Very tragic. Like probably things like him flirting doesn't end well, and he blames it on himself, or he blames it on his faith or on his destiny. Um, oh, wow. Okay, guys, this was all. Thank you so much to the people that recommended this, and also thank you for having the patience to wait for me to connect and disconnect and come back again, because we had this issue with the with the with the chat not being able to show. But yeah, I appreciate your patience and that you're here with me. And I want you to have a great week ahead, and we will see each other on Saturday. That I'm going to do, the whole Saturday is going to be dedicated to the friendship reading. So that Saturday I'm going to be very busy, because I'm probably going to start sort of limit my rant, the usual rant. I always say this, and then I always end up talking for like a lot of hours. But I'm going to try to keep it minimal and go straight to the readings, because I do have a lot of friendships and dynamics. And since it's dynamic and it's friendship, there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of people. The list is long. So yeah, I will try to recover. So we can do this. I hope to see you on Saturday. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. Bye.